in respect of the matter at hand, because the matter which I said I came late, which relates to the decision of the court in respect of the matter relating to the motion of no confidence. I think it's a very important decision by the court, and one which all the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, regardless of your political persuasion, must embrace as being a landmark ruling, because we've heard so much about the speculation whether or not the court has any jurisdiction to determine what transpires in respect of that motion of no confidence. But the court went another route. The court dealt with the Constitution and what the Constitution says, and also looked at the traditions which govern parliaments and govern the rule of law. Because one of the most important aspects of our existence as a nation and as people is that we must see that the rule of law is paramount. We must allow and we must accept no less rule of law, not the rule of man. Because if we were to go the rule of man, we'll have so many conflicting guidelines that we would be in a state of confusion. And I think that is important for me and should be important for all the citizens of this country, whether we are on one side of the house or we are of no persuasion at all. We must respect and see this for the strength of the court. For me, it's also important that we see the independence of the judicial system. And I think this has been borne out, that the court was not prepared to be any football for any speculation on any part of anybody, whether of the government or the government side, those who are representing the government side, or those who are representing the members of the opposition who brought the motion and asked for it to be placed on the agenda of the House. I think this is important because in any country, the court sits as the arbiter, the final judge between man and man, between political parties, between opposition and government. And I think the court made its position very clear that it was dealing strictly with the law and what the Constitution says and what ought to be done. The court did not dictate what had to be done. The court just said the Speaker was the man responsible for determining the management of Parliament, and that is fundamental for us, and all of us know that. The court did not trespass or try to overreach itself, and I think this is important for us, that we have a court which is prepared to stand on the law, on the Constitution, and do its own interpretation from those perspectives. For me, I think this decision now clears the way for us to see where we go next. Where do we go next? And I think one of the journalists asked that question, whether or not we as members of the opposition, what can we do? Can we force the Speaker to act? We can't. If we were able to force the Speaker to act, we would have done that long time ago. Because I do remember saying that the Speaker is being manipulated. But now I think the court has given a clear indication as to the power and the responsibility of the Speaker. And we are expecting, as citizens of this country, that the Speaker will act in accordance with the rules, in accordance with his responsibility as given by the Constitution and the laws. I think that for me is where we are.